and just think outside the box and get the views.
Oscar De La Hoya wastes my time.
Boxing is the best, the purest, the most beautiful sport in the world when the best fight the best.
I mean, I think he should go down and win a title at 160 because he won at 47, 40, 54, 68. Go get 60 and you got to close it out. That's fine.
Us fighters who get in the ring and risk our lives, you know, there's enough pie for everyone to pass around.
When a boxer starts earning 7 or 8 figures late in his career, Oscar De La Hoya says mistakes always follow. To prove his greatness, Terence Crawford just climbed the top and defeated Canelo Alvarez. But according to De La Hoya, that huge win created a new serious problem. We'll go over Oscar's clear warning about what could happen next, and why a fight with Jermall Charlo isn't just a difficult matchup. Many criticize after things happen, but De La Hoya was one of the few respected voices who said long before that Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez.
Crawford versus Canelo, which I feel Crawford will win.
Yeah. Okay.
But it'll be a great fight.
Yeah.
In his talk with Ariel Helwani, Oscar mentioned that the outcome didn't shock him at all. He didn't just predict who would win. He explained exactly why, even days before the fight took place.
I've always been impressed with Terence. Yeah.
I
was not surprised at all. I mean, I called him, I don't know how many days before.
De La Hoya, who was known for supporting Canelo for many years, said, "I know Canelo. I know without a doubt what he can and cannot handle.
I know Canelo. I promoted him. I know exactly what he cannot handle and what he can handle, where he looks great and where he doesn't." And Crawford was the perfect opponent or fighter to derail the train. That was the bottom line. You move on Canelo just a little bit, and he gets lost.
Oscar was confident when the Canelo hype train fell apart because he already knew what was coming. That same knowledge is what he's using to guide Crawford's next move. It wasn't luck or guessing. Like a skilled surgeon, Crawford targeted weaknesses no one else could see. De La Hoya pointed out that Canelo's flaw wasn't about strength or chin, it was footwork. He said Canelo freezes when his opponent moves, his feet get stuck, and that made him an easy target for a technical master like Crawford.
God, it makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you I told you so.
I told you.
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the f was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
My candy!
On Clapback Thursday, Oscar repeated that Crawford completely outclassed Canelo and made him look foolish. He also reminded everyone that age wasn't an excuse, saying Canelo's loss wasn't about being old, but about being outboxed.
He just played with Canelo, made him look silly. And before you start with your shit about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some respect on it.
And it was a huge fluff.
How do you like them, Max?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford, and they all toyed with him.
This analysis matters because it highlights the gap between Crawford's skill and Canelo's weakness. Crawford won by exploiting a very specific flaw in his opponent. But his next challenge may come from someone who doesn't have that same weakness.
It'll silence a lot of doubters. Not all of them, but it'll silence a lot of doubters. And he can move on to the next challenge. And then that next challenge is possibly a top 10 in the world.
I think the smaller Charlo could be even more dangerous. The smaller Charlo has speed and fights harder, and he's in your face. It's a great payday for him, and he's obviously he took that into consideration when making the decision. It's going to be a tough task. I mean, 2 weight divisions is historical if he wins, and 2 weight divisions if he loses. He has the perfect excuse. I moved up 2 weight divisions.
It often takes one perfect strategy to beat a certain fighter, and that's exactly what De La Hoya discussed. When Ariel Helwani asked if Crawford might retire after becoming champion, Oscar said no, but warned that chasing 7 or 8 figure paydays could lead to bad choices. According to him, big money near the end of a career causes fighters to lose focus. It's not the punches or weight classes that ruin them, it's comfort. Once a fighter gets rich, the hunger fades. You train differently, fight differently, and start thinking more about the money than the challenge. It changes everything.
Crawford afterwards hinting at maybe retirement. Do you think he retires? No,
Not at all.
Now he's making the big bucks, right?
Well, now he has a taste of 7 figures, you know, 8 figures, whatever it might be. Once you get a taste of that, towards the end of your career, you're gonna make a few mistakes.
Oscar's advice was simple. Recognize when your motivation shifts from greatness to money, because that's when you're at risk. He said Crawford is now in that danger zone. Calls are coming in, big deals everywhere, and it's easy to believe you can't lose. That's when a fight like Charlo becomes the trap. Oscar said Crawford could pick the wrong opponent and regret it later. Charlo is dangerous because he's not caught off guard, he's big, and he has a grudge to settle after losing to Canelo. He's the kind of fighter you shouldn't underestimate. High risk, less reward.
Hey, what's up, guys? Canelo Charlo, super boring fight. I mean, he just showed up for a paycheck. Canelo, obviously, like I said, on quicksand, throwing bombs. He won easy. But anyway, look, if we want boxing to survive, if we want boxing to thrive, we need super fights, like all the time. Fighters must fight each other. We have to come together. Promoters, Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman, Bob Arum, whoever's out there, let's come together. I'm calling you out. Let's come together. Let's meet the power of the minds and come up with something, because boxing can die. I'm calling you all out. Let's do this.
Crawford's challenge isn't just Charlo's ability. It's his own mindset after an easy win. But the risk is real. Charlo has already experienced true super middleweight power. After losing to Canelo, he admitted how strong Canelo was, saying it shocked him in that division. He even said he should have added more weight before that fight.
I love boxing, so I'm not going nowhere and, you know, just jump right into it. And, you know, Canelo's a motherfucking beast, you know what I'm saying? He's an ox. You know, maybe I felt that more because of the fact that, you know, this is my first time at that weight division. I wish I could have gained a little bit more weight in between, you know, from the weigh-in to that time, but I can't control my body and I can't, you know, but like God had this already written. And, you know, I'm glad that I was in there with, you know, to put on the performance for Showtime pay-per-view.
In your perspective, why don't you think he could have stopped Charlo?
No, he could have stopped Charlo. He should have. I mean, you don't, first of all, you had a fighter who was there just for the payday, literally. I mean, he's in the biggest stage of his life. Go out there and take some risks. You know, fight hard. People paid their money. People buy it on pay-per-view. Fight hard. Because when you fight hard, you don't lose anything. When it's a great fight, there's no loser.
Now Charlo's biggest weapon is his experience. He knows how real power at 168 feels. Crawford, who began his career at 135 pounds, handled Canelo impressively. But Charlo is now used to that level. His warning to Crawford about Canelo's power was clear. You don't yet understand the strength you'll face. That lesson made Charlo a more dangerous fighter. De La Hoya had criticized Charlo's earlier performance, saying he only showed up for the payday and took no risks.
Despite what anybody say, that's a 50-50 fight. Canelo got good inside game, but he gonna have to get past Charlo long arms. And Charlo, he can use his reach good. He's strong. He got a good jab. It's a toss up with me.
That's going. Charlo got that punching power. I'm just gonna say that.
I think Charlo's gonna take it. The reason why I say that is because he's just on another.
But that same criticism explains why Charlo is more dangerous now. The money's already made, and he's ashamed of that passive performance. The Charlo who fights Crawford won't be the same man who faced Canelo. This time, he'll be desperate to prove himself, with nothing to lose. Crawford dominated Canelo because he faced a predictable, cautious opponent. But Charlo, who's fighting to redeem his name, will be unpredictable and dangerous. Never underestimate a fighter who's been embarrassed in public. That kind of hunger can change everything.
Elite level. So I think it's a great fight. I just think that the press conferences were freaking lame.
Why?
Just because it was all staged. I mean, come on, guys. Look, if you want to see Canelo pissed off, take a look at my press conference. With Munguia and Canelo. That's Canelo pissed off.
De La Hoya wastes my time with this question.
Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya trying to say that the fight was going to take place maybe in the daytime.
Yeah, this is what I want from you, to say his name. I decide with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights quick, and after that we will go dinner to Carbon, and in the night we will watch Conjuring because it will launch in September. Oscar De La Hoya wastes my time with this question. Of course, this is in the peak. This is the boxing, the sport #1 in the world. This is Canelo and Crawford.
You also have to consider the growing narrative online, pushed by sites like Boxing Ego. Some claim Crawford's career wins came against damaged fighters. Ricky Burns wasn't elite, Gamboa was too small, Benavidez was injured, Kell Brook had bad eyes, and Spence was in a car crash. Others say Canelo wasn't at his best. If that were true, then Charlo, strong, healthy, and motivated, would be Crawford's first truly dangerous opponent. But that damaged goods claim isn't true. Crawford's biggest weapon isn't power, it's intelligence. On Reddit, fans noted that Canelo struggles with smart fighters like Mayweather, Bivol, and now Crawford. Crawford wins by mentally breaking opponents. His IQ separates him from everyone. The question now is whether that same mind can solve a bigger, stronger, and hungrier Charlo.
So, you posted on social media the other day, you're kind of fired up about the Canelo fight. Why didn't you like that fight?
Because it was boring.
What?
I mean, when a fighter throws one punch, when two fighters throw one punch in one round, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, I'm a fighter who has been in there, in the line of fire, throwing 100 punches around. Like, the fans want to be entertained. So that was my critique, is coming from
Crawford's camp would make a big mistake if they judged Charlo based only on the Canelo fight. Charlo fought cautiously that night because the power and spotlight overwhelmed him. Against Crawford, he won't feel the same fear. He sees Crawford as his size and more beatable. That cautious version of Charlo was an exception. The real Charlo, the one with skill and confidence, will show up for Crawford. Oscar warned that assuming otherwise would be a huge mistake. And beyond the ring, chaos between promoters and billion-dollar lawsuits are shaking up boxing, making things unstable for every fighter.
I just, look, the fact that a new entity is coming into boxing and already wants to change a bill that has been in place for decades that protects fighters, to me, is shady. That's the bottom line. Think about it. It's shady. The first thing you want to do is change the law, change the rule, the Muhammad Ali Act, which protects the fighters. I instantly think about what they did with the UFC. I instantly think about the UFC signing hundreds, if not thousands of fighters, and they don't even see the light of day. There's total transparency with the bill. You're obligated as a promoter to disclose, everything that might be in the pot. The fighters call it the pot. And you're obligated to disclose, the financial status of your event, of the fighter's event. If you're a main event fighter, a championship fighter, you have every right to look at the books. And with this amendment, they're gonna try and eliminate that.
Oscar set the tone himself, saying
I thought, I was proud that boxing was on Netflix, just being a purist of the sport. You feel proud. I was not happy with the matchups. I mean, what I saw the week of the Canelo fight They tried doing some contender boxing stuff. You're having precious contenders, right? Who I know can become world champions 3, 4, 5 years down the road. They're getting eliminated and beat. And you're never gonna hear from them again. That's not fair to the fighter. Now, if that's fair business to them, more power to them. Let them build whatever league they're trying to build. It's okay. Boxing here is safe with me and Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, the serious guys in the sport. The guys who respect the history and the honor that comes with it. You have a global platform. Netflix, Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Every fight that a new audience is gonna watch should have been a known name, should have been champion versus champion. The matchup should have been better. I thought it was a slow night. Completely a slow night. It was still great for boxing because it's out there and people are watching all over the world, but it left a little bad taste in my mouth.
Rivalries and disputes between promoters are hurting boxing, slowing everything down. De La Hoya also said he's disappointed about Showtime leaving the sport. He believes it's bad for boxing, but could also open new opportunities.
I met with Bob Arum yesterday. Is there anything you could share about that meeting, what you guys have going during the press conference?
Yeah, there's really no details I can mention, but let's just say that some really big fights are going to happen very soon. And that's why I called out all promoters like Eddie Hearn, like Al Heyman, who's probably going to be impossible to talk to because nobody ever sees him. But we want to bring promoters together to work together and just create and the biggest fights possible for the fans. That's all I want to do, and that's what boxing deserves.
With TKO entering, Showtime leaving, and promoters suing each other, the sport has lost its structure. There's no clear leadership anymore.